Good morning, fellow Mirror Me booth owners. This is Carrie. And a while back, I promised that I would create a tutorial that shows how easily you can create custom virtual props for your clients and offer that to them. And so I'm doing that now. There's a couple things that you need if you are going to create virtual props. One, you're going to need access to PNGs. I have 3 PNGs up here. And when I say access, I mean you should have commercial rights, but you should have the rights to use them for commercial use. I go through PNG Tree. I have a subscription there, and there are other PNG places where you can get a PNG subscription, but you want to make sure you do that just so you don't get yourself in trouble. I'm not saying that I haven't got myself in trouble. Maybe I have, maybe I haven't, but it's always best to make sure that you have rights to use anything, any photo or picture that you want to use when you're operating your business. The other thing that you need to have is Adobe Animate, or a program that will do similar things to Adobe Animate. And the reason why is we're going to create Swift files. And as you know, Adobe Animate is the best way to do that. So I'm opening my Adobe Animate and I'm going to open a new file or canvas. And I've already preset this canvas to default to 500 megapixels, or excuse me, 500 pixels by 500 pixels. And always with Mirror Me, we have the black background color and Action Script 3.0. So these are the settings that I use to create my virtual props. I'm sure you can use many, many different settings, but this is what I use and it's worked for me well. So I just stick with it. So I'm going to create a canvas. So my canvas is open now, and I'm simply going to take my first PNG, which is a Viking helmet, and I'm going to drop it into my canvas. Now the Viking helmet is quite a bit larger than our canvas is. So I'm going to right click on my mouse and I'm going to pick transform and free transform. There's probably a easier way of doing this for those of you who are a little more expert with Animate. I'm sure you're like, well, there's a faster way to shrink that, Carrie. I'm like, I agree with you. I just don't know what it is. So I'm going to make sure that it fits in my inside my canvas without distorting it too much. And once I get it where I want it, kind of centered in there, then I'm going to save it. So File, Save As, and I'm just going to save it on the desktop. And I'm going to call it Viking Helmet 1 on the desktop. And save. And then after I save my Viking helmet, I'm going to go back to File and I'm going to go to Publish Settings. So within your Publish Settings, you want to make sure that the Flash or the Swift file Publish is clicked under Publish. And then I don't know what the significance of all these other things are. They may not be significant to the virtual props because we're not doing actual animation, but I just leave them, and you're happy to, you're welcome to copy or come up with something that works for you. And then I'm going to hit Publish and OK. So I hit Publish, and you can see over here my Swift file is created. So we're going to drag it over here. We're going to put our Viking helmet and our other Viking helmet over here by the Space Needle. And then I'm going to go ahead and create a new file. So again, 500 pixels by 500 pixels, Action Script 3.0. This time I'm going to drop in our Mardi Gras mask, which fits much more nicely in the canvas. Probably doesn't need to be adjusted at all. I'm going to hit File, Save As. I'm going to put it on my desktop for right now. Mardi Gras mask 1. All right. And again, File, Publish. You probably could just do Publish and not Publish Settings, but I always like to double check. And it's the name's right here because we've already saved it. And OK. And it should have it on my desktop. Where'd it go? It's probably somewhere. You guys are probably all saying it's right there, Carrie. OK, here we go. All right, so we're going to stick that up here for now. You can see it's really simple. It doesn't take much. Many of you have already probably figured out how to do this, but it's always nice to double check. All right, and then the last one we're gonna do a scary mask. These were really popular during Halloween. It had quite a few scary masks. Some of you may have seen my post. It actually looks like the mask is on my face. It's pretty cool. All right, and then again, file save as. I'm gonna call it scary mask 1. And then file, publish settings. It's all there. We got our Swift file selected, publish, and okay. All right, so now I have my 3 animations, my 3 PNGs with their own Swift file. Then what I normally do is I go into my folder where my Mirror Me software is. And you see I have a couple virtual props folders right here. And I will create one for my client. New folder. Call this virtual prop play, because we're just playing right now, right? All right. So virtual prop play. And then I'm going to go back and I'm going to copy these 3 and drop them into my virtual prop play folder. So what you'll do later when you're in your Mirror Me software and you want to add it in for your client, you're going to go in and then you're going to go under signature. So we'll just do that really quickly. And there it's opening up. So I'm going to go under features, sign and draw, and then under stamps directory, this is where you can pick what folder you want to use. So I'm going to go back and find my virtual props play folder that we created, virtual props play, and then select folder. Okay, so now when I start this preset, my goodness, I have no idea what, oh. All right, let's get that.
5. Rockstar.
All right, let's hope that I have it set for,
Get ready to sign.
because if I don't, this is going to be very underwhelming. Oh, okay, here we go. Okay, so I do have it set for virtual props. So you can see my the 3 that we created are in here, and we're going to pick the, well, actually I don't have it set for virtual props. I have it set for stamp, but same idea. You'll be able to superimpose it. It's down here off the screen.
Do I see a future CEO?
All right. So even though I wasn't able to show you exactly, because I didn't have it set up for virtual props, you got to get a general idea of how it works. So first thing, get a PNG that you have rights to that you can use for commercial use. Open Adobe Animate, create a small canvas, 500 pixels by 500 pixels. Drop your PNG in, save it as a flash file, and then file, publish it as a Swift file. And then once you've done that, drop it into a virtual props folder in your Mirror Me software, and make sure you select that folder when you're using the virtual props option, and it should put it in there and you can throw it right on the face of anybody who's taken a picture. So that's it, guys. Sorry that this is so long. It was my first tutorial. Not as good as Boaz does, but it will hopefully help you figure out how to offer this to your clients. All right, thanks. Have a great